What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Welcome back to What's Happening Now, our look into the underground happenings. That's right, if you missed the last episode of What's Happening Now, I'm changing a little bit of things around. I'm no longer going to call myself the number 2 news source, because I'm not a news source. I wanted to recorrect that and really change that, because there are folks that want to be the number 1 or claim to be the number 1. Faygo Lovers is the only news source. You should be going to them for your news, not a YouTuber, not a blogger. Fucking Faygo Lovers. They are the source. So we're dropping that a little bit. This is our look into what's happening in the underground. Not a whole lot was announced, but a big one that I want to talk about, and a little bit of something that I want to address, and that kind of ties into why I say Faygo Lovers is the source. They are the source. They're not biased. They don't get things incorrect, or if they do, they correct them very quickly. We'll talk about that part a little bit later, because I am going to address it as respectfully as I can. But let's jump right the fuck into it, shall we? I hope everybody had a happy Christmas, or Merry Christmas, by the way. I'm filming this on New Year's Eve, so I hope everybody has a happy New Year's Eve as well. Let's jump into the motherfucking news, shall we? Again, I'm not covering the news, but we're jumping into what's happening in the news. First and foremost, as always, shout out to the motherfucking members for their continued support. If you would like to become a member and help support the channel, you can hit the link in the description or the join button. It supports the channel. Make sure that the channel is, it supports the channel. I'm horrible at pitches. Absolutely horrible. That's why I don't go into sales. That's why I quit retail. I'm just horrible about selling shit. But if you would like to become a member, you can do that. If not, that's all cool too. But shout out to our members for their continued support. Fucking A, what is going on? Things are not wanting to do what they need to do. There's that. Why is this like glitch? You guys see this glitching out? It's like jumping around. Look at that. I scroll down, it jumps up. I scroll down, it jumps up. What is going on? All right. So shout out to the members for their continued support. Let's get into it. So like I said, not a terrible amount was announced. I mean, you got Christmas shows that have popped off. You have the Twisted releasing their Christmas singles, which I kind of called that. They didn't release everything, though. They ended their 13 days of Twistmas with a motherfucking bang. On fucking Christmas Eve, they did a giveaway. I don't know if every winner, they were picking like 13 winners, and I don't know if every winner was getting all the same shit, or if it was all different shit. But some of the things that they were like giving away was their Funko Pops. They were giving away the Songs of Sam Hain vinyl box set. They were giving away a copy of their Christmas collection. I think there was a copy of Graveyard Greats from Blaze Ya Dead Homie in there. Like, they had some good prizes, and I was going to enter and totally fucking failed and flopped. Because, you know, on Christmas Eve, I was actually at my sister's house. We were playing games. I seen it while we were playing games. Like, instantly got excited. I was like, yo, I gotta disconnect, get back in the moment, be with the family. But, like, I got excited because I kind of want the vinyl box set for Songs of Sam Hain. But I also, I'm so torn on it because I'm considering selling the vinyl that I have now and just, you know, getting it to only having CDs. I don't know. I'm so up in the air with what I want to do with my collection going forward. It's just a lot of unknowns. I know I'm getting older, and I think I was already in this mindset of, like, not wanting to have too much shit. And now I started working in a nursing home this year, or like a nursing facility. So now I'm seeing like what happens when you get to that point, and like people sell their shit off, and it's like, man, I don't know. There's just like, if there is a God, or if there, you know, the Dark Carnival or whatever, the supernatural entity that's responsible for life, whatever it is, the universe is trying to say something to me. It's starting to fucking work, and I'm just like questioning everything. Like, have I spent too much money on physical items? Because at the end of the day, like at the end of your life, you can't take that shit with you. I don't know. Midlife crisis, but whatever. Let's move the fuck on. But they had some really great prizes for that giveaway, and I did not enter. You had to like comment lyrics from one of the songs that they released on Spotify, and I like looked through and I was like, okay, some of these are like, there was one of them they released, it was My Ornaments, it was older, so I just immediately jumped to Genius. I was like, if I know Mushy Mustard, he's got all these already on there. And I went on there, and there was the lyrics that were transcribed were ones that weren't part of their little singles. They weren't part of their 13 Days of Twistmas. I was like, fuck. So I was like, I had to go listen to the song, but I wasn't in the right place or right time to do that. So I just didn't end up entering, and that kind of sucks. But shout out to Juggalo Collectibles. He reached out to me and said he won. I don't know if that's supposed to be like news shared, but I guarantee you he will be doing an unboxing for that. I'm really excited for that because, you know, that's cool that he won. And I guess he had already got email that the shit was being sent to him like quick. So that's awesome. That is awesome. All right, but yeah, there's some news being announced. You know, Kung Fu Vampire, DJ Clay going on a Wicked winter tour, basically Washington State, which is cool for you know, the ones that live out that way. Some Christmas merch, and you know, okay, maybe there's one thing I want to talk about this, because this is like my reaction to the news. This is like my just reaction to shit going down. They released some really cool stuff. It's not even on here, son of a bitch. The one that I wanted to talk about is not even on here. They released this hoodie that was pretty sweet. Let's click this link. Click the pic. This hoodie right here is so fucking sweet looking. And I was like, oh. Like, I used to have this shirt. I got rid of the shirt because I felt like the blood and the Santa being shot. I was never going to wear that in public. I saw this. I was like, that's really fucking sweet looking hoodie. And then I looked at the price. I'm like, it's not that sweet. Clicked out. $150 for a fucking hoodie. What the fuck is going on at Psychopathic Records, man? Like, the fuck is going on? They are gouging the shit out of everything, man. Which is cool. It makes it easy for me to say no. It's making it easy for me to not fucking splurge on shit that I don't really need. But damn, like $150 for a hoodie. That's what you charge for a football jersey, not a hoodie. What is going on over there? Like, are they just like sitting down and like, all right, we got this item here. Let's roll the fucking die. All right, roll to 20. They got a little sheet. 20. All right, $200 for that. $200 for the CD. Cool. All right, next item on the block. I don't know what's going on, and I don't want to be negative about like the shit the Psychopathic's doing, but Jesus Christ, they make it hard to be a fan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying a fan. Like, they make it hard to rep the merch. They make it hard to get the music. They make it hard to go to the shows because it's so expensive. It just is. Like, what the fuck happened? Like, it doesn't feel like to me, it just feels like they don't care about their fans anymore. They just want that paycheck. Like the whole buy or buy mentality that Jay had earlier this year. Was it this year? I don't fucking remember. But that whole thing, like, it just makes me... It makes me feel like they just don't care anymore. Like, it's strictly just business. Like, they realize that they can sell this item, and the Juggalos that are like die hard hardcore will buy it. And I don't know. I'm just not about that, man. I have too much dignity and respect for myself to let myself get ripped off. You know what I mean? Like, Fearless Fred Fury's in my ear like, no, you can't spend that much money on that. That's not right. So it's like, I'm fighting back. I'm like, I'm standing my ground. I'm not buying the shit till you make it worth my fucking while. Sorry. I feel like I don't have the full thing in frame here. I guess I do. I can see the little bottom tabs on there. But yeah, I don't know. It's just... Hard times. Moving on to the next bit of news. The roast of ICP was announced for Juggalo Weekend. And when I saw this made sense. Because I remember, if you didn't watch the last episode, I'll just tell you what I'd said. I was questioning why they were having Juggalo Weekend the weekend after the 17th. Because Juggalo Day is supposed to be on the 17th. In 2024, the 17th falls on a Saturday. Yet they're doing the show, they're doing the weekend after. And in it, I had said, that could be the venue. That was the only times that they had available. This being announced makes sense. I feel like whoever it was that's doing this, which I gotta read into this real quick, because are they throwing it themselves, or did somebody reach out like, hey, we want to do a roast? Like, I don't know which one happened first, and I guess that's my bad for not looking into that and having that information readily available. So if you know, comment down below. Like, are they putting on this roast, or somebody else just putting it on? They're like, yeah, we'd love to come have you guys fucking roast us. I feel like maybe I need to click on that then real quick and just see what it says on the actual like announcing. What's this dude saying?
That's digital, February 22nd. It's happening in San Antonio, Texas at the Boeing Center. We are not going to announce who the roasters are yet. This is just us letting you know that this is happening. So we have the roasters lined up. We just can't announce it yet. But it is the roast of Insane Clown Posse. It's going to be fucking crazy. This has been months in the making. It is the roast of Insane Clown.
Okay, so that did not reveal squat to me. It seems like somebody else is hosting it. Somebody put it together, kind of thing. They didn't announce the roasters, and I would love to see who they get. I hope that they get somebody that's not a yeah man or a yes man. Honestly, I would love to see some people who have, like, I want to see genuine comedians there. That's what I want to see. I want them to bring in people like, and I know this ain't going to happen because whatever happened. I would love for Keegan to be there. I would love for Harlan Williams to be there. Who are some other comedians that they've worked with? There's so many I could like think of that I think would just be great. I feel like it's got to be somebody who's aware of who ICP is, has to know their world, and maybe throw in one or two that don't. Maybe they're the ones that just look at what the mainstream sees and they pick fun at that. I don't know. But I hope it's an actual genuine roast and they don't hold back. And if you're not 100% familiar with what a roast is, you have your person who's being roasted. It's supposed to be like all about them. But the people that are roasting them, it's kind of like backhanded compliments, or you pick fun at them, you make jokes about them, you roast them is what it is. So I hope it's not like pull punches. We need to not have pull punches and shit. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be funny to have someone that went in there and knows about the Twisted split and the happenings with Young Wicked and say some shit that would fucking piss, like, just visually piss off Jay. And that's kind of crappy of me to, like, want him to be unhappy. But, like, for it to genuinely be a roast, I don't think you can pull punches. And I know the best way to get to them is to get personal, right? That's kind of what you do in a roast, right? No, I guess you don't get personal. I don't know. I don't know enough about roasts. I honestly, I've always had the mentality of like I would never want to be roasted, and I've maybe watched one or two roasts total, because like who wants to sit and see somebody get degraded? You know what I mean? I don't know. But I hope they do it like genuine and don't pull their punches. Otherwise, it's not a roast. It's a ICP Spotlight kind of thing, which that could be cool too. Just like, you know, stroke the egos a little bit. That'd be all right. So moving on. Wait, no, I'm not moving on. Where this makes sense is this is happening on February 22nd at the Boeing Center. It's the same venue as Juggalo Weekend. It's the roast of ICP. There's the 22nd. I gotta pull up my calendar real quick. Is that Friday? That's Thursday. Okay. So on Thursday, the 22nd is when they're getting roasted, and then the 23rd and the 24th is when Juggalo Weekend is, right? Or is it the 24th, 25th? I think it was the 23rd, 24th. When I seen this, I was like, okay, it makes sense now why they're doing Juggalo Weekend a week late. So there you go. That was the answer. It would be cool to see them do something on Juggalo Weekend, but on the same hand, you don't really need them to, because there is another event going on. Clockwork E is hosting Juggalo Weekend. I think it's called Columbus. I feel like that's something I should pull up, and I'm a little unsure as to why Faygo Lovers didn't post about it. I don't remember seeing it on there. That feels like some news that should be on there. Which, granted, one thing I will say about Faygo Lovers is they're not always quick. They're not always the quickest to announce news. And I'm just going to say it. Sometimes that's a good thing. I feel like some people preemptively announce shit or preemptively cover shit without knowing all the facts. Yeah, I don't see it on here. But yeah, Clockwork E is they're actually throwing an event on Juggalo Day in Columbus, Ohio. So there is that going on. And maybe next What's Happening Now will have the proper coverage. But so I want to bounce off that. People are guilty of announcing or covering news without really knowing the facts. And Spread the Dead did that. ICP had a Throwback Thursday where they were talking about Juggalo Weekend 2017 and the fact that they performed Amazing Juggalo Brothers. Now, if you don't know, that Juggalo Day was slated to be the best ever. They were going to have 2 nights. The first night was going to be ICP as the headlines, and then you had like a mix of Psychopathic and M&E artists performing. And then day 2 was supposed to be, I think that one was going to have Twisted headline or Dark Lotus headline, but Twisted was going to perform before Dark Lotus went on. And then the same thing, like the lineup for that, I feel like I should go try to find that real quick. Nah, I don't have it handy. I don't want to spend too much dead air on it, or you know what I mean. It was going to be fucking epic. That was when they pressed the Tales from the Lotus Pod vinyl. That was when they were heavily doing the Waxworks, and they were releasing Tales from Lotus Pod on vinyl for that event. Obviously, it didn't happen. The beef happened. Twisted signed M&E, declined the March, and ICP was like, we're done. So they canceled that event and instead did the Amazing Juggalo Brothers for Juggalo Weekend 2017. So they posted a little throwback. And I know where the confusion happened because Bash made a video about it and followed through with doing a live stream about it. And I haven't seen him correct himself. I went and checked. I actually ended up unsubscribing to Bash. As respectfully as I could, he's doing his thing, but there's a lot of misinformation, and there's just the way that he's doing videos right now. I'd see a title and roll my eyes, or I'd click a video and hear him say something incorrect and roll my eyes. And I got to a point where I was like, I don't want to roll my eyes anymore. Let him do him. Just kind of out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. But when I had heard about this, and it came to my attention through Reddit that Bash had made a video reporting that they were performing Amazing Juggalo Brothers for Juggalo Weekend in 2024. So then, of course, I had to look into what he was talking about and then go double check. And I had a slight little bit of a Mandela effect because I remember their post and I remember thinking, oh, they're performing Juggalo Brothers, but then finished reading is like, oh, no, they're not. And then when I went and re-looked at the post after seeing Bash's videos, I'm like, well, wait a minute, I could have swore they did state it like this, and that was where the confusion was. So I have pulled up, and you can probably see them on my top 2 tabs here. I have Juggalo Collectibles pulled up, and I've got Facebook pulled up. I'm going to jump to Juggalo Collectibles first, because I believe what he did was copy and pasted their post to make a post to help promote it. So when you click over here, it says, the real ICP performing the almighty 5th Joker's card of the first deck, the Amazing Juggalo Brothers, on day 2 of Juggalo Weekend 2017. That right there is where the confusion happened. He directly, and I know Juggalo Collectibles kind of does this because he helps spread the word. He's a fucking trooper. He's a champ. He's the homie. He made this post, and when I saw this, I was like, okay, so they phrased it like that, and it caused confusion. How I know it caused confusion, you come over here onto their post, down in the comments, this Juggalette right here says, now that everyone is thoroughly confused. They almost got my ticket purchase till I finished reading. So people read this part right here and didn't fully finish reading the 2017. I wholeheartedly think that's what Bash did, because then he went and made his videos, made his live streams. I don't think he fully realizes yet. They haven't even announced it, because now when you go and you look on it, this is what the post says. Now they fixed it. Let me pull... Sorry about that. Let me pull me out of the way here for a second. Throwback to Juggalo Weekend 2017 when Insane Clown Posse performed the Almighty 5th Joker's card. They changed their post because it had to have caused some confusion, or they deleted the original one and reposted like this. So that's what happened. So if you're watching and you watch Spread the Dead, just know there's probably a good chance you're not going to see the Amazing Juggalo Brothers at Juggalo Weekend. Who knows? There's still time for them to announce it. But that was just a throwback post, and that kind of brings me to my point of like when you like if you are a YouTuber and you're making videos, try not to do it too quickly. And I know it's all about, oh, I got to be the first to talk about this. I got to be the first to do it. I think we're kind of at a point now where that needs to not be the case. We don't need people to be the first. We don't need people to be the best. We need people to just bring their perspectives on things. For them to take something that they've heard or seen and just give their feelings on it, their thoughts on it. And that is, I think, a better direction for the community to go. Because it's so like competitive. And I remember it being like that when I first started too. It really was. It was like, yo, I've got to be the first one to drop a review. I can be the first one to do an unboxing. I'll be the first one to do this, do this, do this, do this. Like, how do you make yourself stand out from all the other creators? Well, you bring your perspective, because if there's one thing nobody else can duplicate, it's your thoughts, your feelings, and you can try to add your own little twist to make you stand out from everybody else. And I think, I don't know where Bash's head's at. I know we have talked in the past and I've said like, hey, you had something incorrect, and he's deleted videos before. And I used to kind of try to give him advice. I kind of got to a point where I was like, at some point, I feel like he's not taking my advice of not preemptively making a video. So, I just kind of like backed off, let him do his thing. It's just like seeing the videos he was making, titling them the way he was titling them, making like assumptions without saying these are just what I'm feeling about it. He's like, he makes his videos where he's like, yo, such and such feels this way about such and such. Well, I mean, you don't know that. I feel like such and such feels like that. That's the correct way he should be doing it. And I guess that's why I want to talk about it, because I want to offer that advice to anybody who's thinking about doing videos or people who are doing videos. Like when you're talking about something and you're not 100% sure, and a lot of times you can't really be 100% sure unless you're pulling up a post like this and showing, like, this is what happened. I am wholeheartedly for sure that looking at Juggalo Collectibles post and looking at what ICP has now, they originally posted that's the one that Collectibles copied and posted to help share, and it was causing confusion, so they deleted it and reposted it with the different captions. So that's my advice, is just when you're presenting something, make sure you're putting like, I feel like, I think, I'm not 100% sure. There's definitely got to be accountability on that aspect of like, and that goes for viewers too. Don't take what one person is saying and just running with it. If they have an opinion and you align with it, okay, cool. But I still think you should go out there and just explore and even do your own research and come up with your own conclusion. There needs to be more of that as well too. So, yeah, Juggalo Weekend is going down. Who knows what they're performing? It may not be Jekyll Brothers, because they didn't announce it. They just threw back to it because, I mean, they're trying to hype it up. It's the next coming event. So, moving on to the last bit of announcements. Monoxide's Chainsmoker II, available for pre-order now, and I've been surprised to see the amount of love this is actually getting. Like, there are some folks on Twitter that I know, they're like, they're on that Fuck Twisted bandwagon, that have still said, yo, like, the first Chainsmoker was my shit, and I'm actually legit a little bit excited about this. That's cool to me. I would love to see more of that. I want to see more people acknowledge that they're not messing with Twisted, but without taking the opportunity every chance to just talk shit about them. That's the part that's annoying for me. Like, people say they don't like them, but then still follow them. That just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, announced Chainsmoker II, available for pre-order. A slew of merch is available for it. We got a track list. And the part that really kind of has me confused with these pre-orders, there's a deluxe version and there's a regular version, and then there's a bundle where you can get both the deluxe and the regular. When you look at it, as far as I can tell, the regular version has these tracks here. The deluxe version then either has 5 bonus tracks alongside this track list, or these 5 bonus tracks replace them. Because when you look at the bonus tracks, they're tracks that are on here, but instead of just being mono, that he has a guest appearance. So all these tracks are on the regular version, just without the guests. And I remember seeing or hearing that he had said on one of his live streams that he was going to have two versions of the album, one with guests and one without. And I guess in my head, I had envisioned one album being just him and one album being with a bunch of guests, kind of in an Independence Day type of style. And then looking at this, it's definitely not at all what I was expecting. So I guess now I'm trying to figure out what is the point of getting the deluxe edition and the regular. Like, if you want to hear just Monoxide, maybe you want the regular version. And who knows, maybe the songs are different enough that you basically are listening to two different versions of Chainsmoker II. That would be kind of cool. But right now, I'm very torn on what I want to get. I kind of want to get the deluxe just to have the option to listen to it both ways. But I'm super duper confused on why I would want to buy the regular and the deluxe. Unless, like I had stated, the bonus tracks replace the tracks. You know what I mean? Instead of it being the full album and then maybe a second disc that has these 5, maybe these take over and it's a 13 track with the guests. I don't know. And I'll find out. We'll find out as the album releases. I'm holding off right now on ordering this until I hear the album and know for sure. One of my mentalities right now with buying CDs is if it's an album that I absolutely love, and if I was to ever get rid of Apple Music, would want to be able to still listen to, then I buy the CD. Which I'm also starting to look into buying digital versions of albums as well for that reason. But that's kind of where my head's at on buying new albums. So, but the other thing I'm curious about is on this little bag here. I forget what they called this bag. I'm not a smoker, so I don't remember what it's called. Correct me. Somebody comment down below. What's this bag called again? It's like a snatch. No, it's not a snatch bag. I don't fucking know. See what I'm saying? I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I've seen some people kind of question: is it going to be just like the disc in there, and this is going to be maybe have some cardboard in it, or what? Or is it going to be in an actual Jule case, but inside of a bag? If it's a Jule case inside of the bag, bet I want that. But that's what has me like super duper torn, because I mean I would probably buy both, and then if it's just a little disc in this bag, take the disc out, put this into a 2-disc tray so that I have both the discs in a case. Actually, that wouldn't be terrible, because then you could have this for like putting stickers in. That's actually not a bad idea. Fuck, now I might have to buy both. I don't know. But yeah, Chainsmoker 2 is available for pre-order. It is dropping February 29th. It's a fucking leap year. It's coming on the last day of February. That's kind of cool. Because now, going forward, whenever this album has an anniversary, you will have its true age. And then you will have how many years? You know what I mean? You know, does that make sense? Like, I used to have a step cousin who was born on the 29th. And back in 2004... we were celebrating his 20th birthday, but it was only his 5th birthday. Does that make sense? Because it's only the 5th time that the actual year fell on that day. It was kind of funny, but yeah, that's how it'll be for this album going forward, and I expect everyone to honor that and be a part of that joke. But yeah, that covers what's happening now. Yeah, again, like I said, more accountability. If you're making videos, make sure you're doing your research. If you're a viewer, make sure you do your research. Don't take what somebody is saying as 100% fact and running with it. There's bias in everything, even in the shit that I say. I have a bias. I try to ride a line the best that I can. But even at the beginning of the episode, I expressed some grievances with Psychopathic. That's a bias. So you really should do your own research. If you want, you can watch my videos. You can watch Humble Among. You can watch Spread the Dead. You can watch Deck One Dealt. You can watch fucking Thuggalo Show. You can watch everyone. Listen to their perspectives and piece together your own. Don't take what one of us is saying as absolute, because it's not. We're all biased in our own way, and we just need people to start thinking more outside of the box and start thinking more for themselves. What is people saying that makes sense? Piece together your own little thing. Like, take a little bit of clay from everybody and make your own little, like, statue. That's my fucking closing words. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Have a happy new year.